What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2018 Baek Battles. Today, we're using the Mega Beedrill team for one last time with Pelipper, Ludicolo, Beedrill, Bisharp, Tapu Koko, and Garchomp. Let's get started and play some games. So overall, hyper offensive team, of course. Of course, I'm not the best with hyper offenses, so I don't feel like I played this team as well as I can other teams. But it's been pretty fun nonetheless. Beedrill has been really fun to use whenever we've been able to bring it. Hasn't been able to be brought that much just because of the fact that Beedrill does have some really terrible matchups. Like, it doesn't really like a lot of the format in general, but it's been really fun to use, and for the matchups and situations we were able to bring it, it has been actually able to do some work, I feel like. So I feel like it's a pretty successful showcase for Mega Beedrill's debut. Of course, we will be using a new team in the next episode, and yeah, that should be pretty fun. However, right now we're focusing on this team. Rain has been pretty fun. Beedrill's been pretty fun. I probably should be changing some of this team though. I think I was supposed to put Discharge on the Tapu Koko over Hidden Power Ice and Fire Fang over Bulldoze on the Garchomp. Although actually I have used the moves in between while I have been playing a few games with this team off camera. I actually did use HPS on Tapu Koko once. And that was because I really didn't want to hit. I didn't want to go for Thunder and a Salamence. Which isn't exactly the best logic yet. Yeah. And Garchomp, I did use Bulldoze. It was like against a Sand team. But then again, Earthquake could have been better. And I did face actually one Ferrothorn. And I think I was actually able to win that just because of the fact that I did have Bisharp and Pelipper knockoff and Hurricane did like 90%. And then Ferrothorn wasn't a big threat because I did a lot of damage to it. But overall, this team, I will admit that it has a lot of problems, probably. It does. It is a Beedrill, for instance, but you know what? It's been a pretty fun team nonetheless. We're going to use it for one more time, and we'll be right back with the first game of today's episode. We got Andy from Japan, 1573 rating, as our first opponent for today. Bring the team of Porygon Z, Landisfarian, Kartana, Tapu Fini, the Charizard, and Togedemaru. So, finally a matchup where Garchomp is very good here. The one reason why I decided to go Garchomp on this team, it is for that Charizard plus Togedemaru combination. We will bring it. I think I go Ludicolo plus Garchomp. I think that's okay. Then I don't think I bring Beedrill here, unfortunately. I don't think Beedrill does much. I think Koko, so I can outspeed the Kartana and threaten it after I get rid of the Togedemaru potentially. And I think Pelipper is really good as a backup issue. The problem is I don't know what Porygon Z this is. It could be Z move. Well, probably is Z. Porygon Z's usually do carry the Z move. Usually Normalium Z. Usually it's either Z conversion or it's going to be the Breakneck Blitz Hyper Beam set. So I do have to worry about that. There are also instances of Porygon Z potentially being like Choice Scarf, for instance. That was in the past. So who knows? We don't know what set this is. Could very well likely be a Z conversion. It does have to fake out support. Tapu Fini and Kartana are excellent partners for it as well. Let's see what my opponent's going to bring though. Finally, a matchup where I think Garchomp, if we didn't have Garchomp, we would probably just instant lose. Or if we had Discharge. I kind of wish I had Discharge actually, because I could have lead like Tapu Koko Garchomp against this, and yeah, that would have been great. I could have even led maybe Koko and Garchomp because the Landers is probably leading, which is why I would led Ludicolo just so I can bring the Ice Beam pressure and the Fake Out pressure against the Landers lead potentially. We'll find out what my opponent decides to lead here. Garchomp plus Ludicolo will take the stage against the Togedemaru and Charizard. Okay. So, just a straight Stone Edge into the Garchomp and just draw off a Fake Out in the Charizard just to be safe. There could be like a Zing Zap Protect here. I do understand that. Could be a switch in the Landers Protect as well. I don't think I would mind that either. I don't think it's Charizard X. I really don't. We'll find out what my opponent decides to go here. I do want to go for Stone Edge though and just a Fake Out on the Charizard. Could be an Encore coming out into Ludicolo though. That would be really smart. I think Encore and a Ludicolo. Ooh, it could be an Encore and a Ludicolo, and they switch out Charizard into Landers. Like, that could be a really fire play my opponent can make. Let's see if my opponent does that, though. I would really respect it, although I feel like that would be a really good play for my opponent. I was also thinking potentially going for the Ice Beam, but I don't want Charizard to set up a Tailwind like that one other time it did, like the last time he faced this. It is just going to stay in and Mega Evolve. Okay, so that's probably just an attack in the Garchomp, which is okay. So, bring out the Charizard Y. Do I Ice Beam the Togedemaru the following turn, or do I go for the Giga Drain? Fake Out going to come out into the Garchomp, so we're just going to trade Fake Outs. That does break the Focus Sash on the Togedemaru, and we'll Fake out the Charizard. Surprised my opponent Mega Evolve too, because I get... Okay, I don't understand why my opponent Mega Evolved the Charizard, because now I get a free switch into Pelipper potentially. Is that something my opponent wants? I mean, I could Stomping Tantrum the Togedemaru. I could go for Ice Beam. There are like a lot of plays I could do. I don't think Charizard stays in. I really don't. I think I Stone Edge Ice Beam that slot. Because I just switch into Pelipper. Like, does that help you? No, it doesn't. So, maybe my opponent's trying to go for it. I don't know. If you go Landers, like I could go Pelipper here. I don't know what that really helps with. Like, what my opponent's trying to go for. With that Mega Evolving here. Stone Edge. Does connect. Okay. Stone Edge. Finally. So we win the Weather War. I don't know what my opponent... Like, my opponent just sacked Charizard for no reason, I feel like. Zing Zap going to come out. Thinking Pelipper is going to switch in. Okay, I can understand that play, but I have no reason not to go for the Rock move there, I feel like. Maybe my opponent had Air Slash and was trying to bait the Pelipper to come in, so you could Air Slash my Ludicolo, which I'm not sure if it picks up the knockout because Ludicolo has really high special defense. I mean, I'll gladly take that turn. Lander's going to come out here. I don't need Garchomp anymore. Literally, Garchomp was for the Charizard. I'll just go for the Stomping Tantrum into the Togedemaru slot. Or I could Bulldoze here. Since I have it. Bulldoze should be able to knock out Togedemaru. Togedemaru is frail. I can go out of Pelipper now. Yeah, I'm gonna make this play because of the fact that I don't want to risk like U-turn crit. Since I don't have to, I can go Pelipper here. I find out if it's Scarflanders or not. Bulldoze will be able to knock out the Togedemaru. Also catches any potential switch in if my opponent decides to do that. It's going to be a U-turn coming out from the Lander. So this Scarflander is confirmed. That is good to confirm. And we get a Bulldoze off on whatever wants to come in. So Porygon potentially will get Bulldozed. Yeah, this is looking pretty good here. Cortana. That's definitely a Pokemon I do want to take this Bulldoze. So that works out. Bulldoze is going to come out. That should be able to knock out. Even -1. Yeah, we knock out the Togedemaru, which is good. And Cortana takes a ton of... Not a ton of damage, but that speed drop is really nice. So Lander's going to come out once again. It is confirmed to be Choice Scarf. Ludicolo does outspeed Choice Scarf. Landers. I think I just go for Hurricane into the Cortana since I think it took enough damage for it. And I just... Bulldoze again. The reason I Bulldoze is just in case Cortana does have Tailwind and goes for it. So I'll just Bulldoze Hurricane away. And yeah, I just need that free switch in the Ludicolo. I'm pretty sure Rock Slide's coming out. I don't know if Rock Slide will knock on my Pelipper. I kind of doubt it. Because Pelipper has high base physical defense. So we'll see if the Landers is able to pick up a knockout here. Pretty sure it's forced to lock itself into Rock Slide at this point. So yeah, this is still a game. Rock Slide gonna come out. Let's see if it's gonna get flinches. I think Cortana's still faster than Pelipper though. I think Cortana's still faster. We do get another Bulldoze off, so Cortana gonna be even slower now, which is really good. Great. Cortana slow, and it looks like we outspeed the Cortana, so Hurricane gonna be able to knock out the Cortana, I think. Yeah. And that should be game because I do have a Ludicolo in the back. And, you know, there are better ways to solve the problem. Yeah, there are better ways. Rock Slide doesn't knock out Ludicolo with a crit. I just go hard Ludicolo. I protect Pelipper. Then I fake out Tailwind because I don't remember. Yeah, like, they're just safe. They're a safer place. They're a safer place to win this game instead of, you know, trying to just go aggressive, just tar down the Landers with pointless moves and allow Rock Slide to potentially come back in this game. Ludicolo even dodges it. We'll just fake out Tailwind. I mean, we should outspeed the Landers. We should. I'm just going to Tailwind. Match is going to be forfeit anyway. So we are able to pick up a win in the first game of today's episode. That is the reason. That is the reason why. That is the reason why. That is the reason why we run Garchomp. Because outspeeding my opponent's, what's it called? Charizard was so big. Just getting Stone Edge, because if my opponent got a Heat Wave off, that would have been pretty bad for us. So, able to pick up a win in the first game of today's episode. Let's continue on and find a second game. But yeah, overall, I guess my opponent made really aggressive plays, but I feel like they really weren't helpful because one, there was a Garchomp. Two, if I had a rock move, I could have just went for it. Garchomp wasn't threatened at all by my opponent's lead. So yeah, I'm just really surprised my opponent just drew away the Charizard. Turn 2. Literally turn 2. I feel like my opponent had conservative plays, maybe go out on Landers. Like, you do risk getting caught by the Ice Beam, and I was gonna go for the Ice Beam there. Hit the Charizard because I would catch that. And yeah, but like, I don't know, just my opponent didn't have any pressure. Like, my opponent could have went into Kartana. I think Kartana would have been able to take the attacks. He could have got damage off. If you have Helping Hand Togedemaru, that could have been helped because you could have protected Togedemaru, went for Helping Hand Leaf Blade, maybe knock out my Garchomp at that range. Could have been useful. And it helps with Scarf Lander Sweep as well. So I'm just really surprised my opponent decided, hey, I'm just going to risk my Charizard right away for a position where I feel like it just doesn't help as much. If you understand, because I don't think there was anything Charizard could really do there to help the situation. Because even if I switch on to Pelipper, right, I knock out this Charizard by going for Hydro Pump or Hydro Vortex into it, because I don't think Charizard can pick up a knockout in the Ludicolo slot regardless. And then I win the Red War regardless, and I still have a Ludicolo that outspeeds my opponent's pretty much entire team and does a lot of damage. So, yeah. Otherwise, it's taking a while to find our second game. We'll be right back for the second game of today's episode. We got Marco from Italy, 1794 rating as our next opponent. Bring the team of Gengar, Tapu Fini, the Incineroar, Landisfarine, Tyranitar, and Kartana. So, interesting matchup. It really is an interesting matchup. Man, I like my weather. Kartana's the pain, though. This is going to be interesting. I don't know what my opponent brings here. I would assume the 4 Pokemon he would bring: Gengar, Kartana, Tyranitar, Landorus, I want to say is the last Pokemon. I think I want to lead Tapu Koko Bisharp. Man, I just don't see Beedrill coming in here. I just want to bring Beedrill. Like, I really want to bring Beedrill to one of these. I could bring Beedrill. It just doesn't do anything as much to the Pokemon I'm expecting my opponent to bring. Ludicolo on the back with Pelipper. We'll see how this goes. I think overall that this is the best lead here, because maybe my opponent goes for like Earth. Like, if my opponent leads, let's say, Landers and Gengar, I could go for HP Ice Sucker Punch. Or I could go for Protect HP Ice, which is really beneficial to me. We will lead Koko Bisharp here against the opponent. Gengar, Kartana. Okay. And if my opponent leads this, I can just go for a Volt Switch right off the bat into the Kartana and Sucker Punch, which should be able to threaten knock on the Kartana. So, I don't know what my opponent's going to do here. Kartana could carry Tailwind. I'm pretty sure Choice Specs Volt Switch into Sucker Punch should be able to knock out the Kartana. Of course, there's always that mind game, right? You know, my opponent knows that Kartana's a threat to me. Might expect me to double up the Kartana. Might protect the Kartana and attack with Gengar, risking it. I'm not sure if he risks the Gengar, though. All I know is Kartana's the only thing that can knock out my Bisharp here. Unless it's like HP Fighting a Focus Blast on the Gengar. I think it's worth targeting down the Kartana here. Kartana's going to retreat, though, into Tapu Fini. Okay, I got a Choice Specs Volt Switch off, which is not bad at all. What's the last Pokemon then? Tyranitar? I mean, it's not going to appreciate my Bisharp. I'm going to be really upset if this is like a Sludge Bomb. One, I hope I win the Speed Tie if that's the case, because I don't know if this is the play my opponent will make. Okay, it's just Protect. Okay. So I get a free Volt Switch off, which is pretty good. Sucker Punch fails. We go for the Volt Switch. Yeah, Choice Specs damage does so much. Okay. We get my Pelipper in. And we can Tailwind. So we don't have to deal with Speed Tie Slayer. Because the damage on the... I could also go for Hurricane into the Tapu Fini and Sucker Punch in Gengar. I could go for that too. I'm not sure if that's worth it to me. I think just Tailwind and Iron Head is okay here. I really wonder if this is like a bulky Fini, if this is Zemu Fini, if it's fast Fini. I really can't tell. I'll go for the Tailwind and Iron Head though. I feel like it's just really beneficial. We're going to see the Gengar retreat out into the Kartana, so that works out for me. Let's see if the Fini's faster though. It is faster. Does go for the Muddy Water, which is rain boosted. If it's Specs, that's going to hurt. Oh, that's Specs. There's no way it's not Specs. Okay. So, Kartana, I mean, I go down there. Tailwind does go up. That's ugly. That's ugly. Zemu's probably on Kartana then. I want to go Tapu Koko. Yeah, that's ugly. It's still manageable though. I do have the electric terrain up. I get Hurricane and throw off a Volt Switch. The question is, does Kartana live Hurricane? Because I'm not sure if Kartana can live the Thunder from Tapu Koko. It probably can if it's invested. Still really bad of a situation. I also don't know if there's Tailwind. I could see Tapu Fini switching out into the Tyranitar my opponent has it and protects Kartana. So maybe I just draw off a Volt Switch into the Tapu Fini slot. Try to catch that Tyranitar potentially on the switch. So we'll go Ludicolo here. We'll risk it. Tapu Fini does switch out. I think that's going to be... Yep, Tyranitar. Okay, so I do call that right. That's good. That's good. So I'm going to still maintain weather control. And Kartana detects perfect. Okay, so I got the best turn here. I could have went for a Thunder Scald potentially, but I don't know if that knocks out Tyranitar since it does have the Sand Boost. I would have done a lot. I don't think it would have knocked out though. We get to go Pelipper. And I get to throw off a Hydro Vortex into Kartana and the Scald into the Tyrant. I want to go for Hurricane actually. I really want to go for Hurricane. Could be Z Tyranitar. I don't know if it's Sash Kartana or Z Tyranitar. We'll find out. Just Hydro Vortex to Kartana slot and is it worth going for the Hurricane read or is it worth keeping the Tyranitar on the field? It might be worth just to go for the Scald here into the Tyranitar. Kartana gonna retreat here, which is no surprise. Tapu Fini is gonna come in. Okay, so the Tapu Fini is gonna be taking the Hydro Vortex. Maybe I should have went for the Hydro Pump instead. Let's see if the retreat from Tyranitar. We're gonna see double retreat here. Okay. So Gengar coming out. That's actually really bad. Oh, that's really bad actually. You go. That's really bad. I messed up these next two turns. Because I thought I could pressure anything onto that slot. I thought my opponent was trying to get a free switch in a Tyranitar, which does make sense. This is a free switch in Tyranitar in my opinion, from my opponent's side. Might come down to some factors. I am able to knock out the Tapu Fini, and I will be able to get a nice rain boosted Scald into Gengar, which does a lot. Yeah, because it does a lot. I should have expected the Fini sack, but I wasn't sure in which slot. That's the question. I could have seen Tyranitar switching out to that Fini sack. Kartana gonna come out here, no surprise. Now I think I'm in double knockout range. Yeah, I'm definitely in double knockout range. This is bad. Hydro Pump, because once Tailwind is over, I'm done. But at least I'll still have Rain. That's the thing, my opponent still gives me Rain, so there's still an opportunity. Gengar gonna protect. Does Kartana protect or does it go on the offense? Z detect. Okay. Oh no, I remember this now. I remember this now. Scald into the protects. I might as well go for the Hydro Pump into the Gengar slot and... Do I go for the Hurricane? Or do I protect? I think you might want to try to get me down to just Ludicolo on top of Coco. We'll see here. I do need to hit a Hydro Pump into the Gengar if I want a chance. Let's see. The game won't give me chances though. And that's not even a Pokemon with a Z Detect boost. Dang it. Like, I could have easily, definitely still won. Tailwind goes up. Huh. Like, what would that mean? Like, if I hit that Hydro Pump. It means that Cortana's still faster than my Ludicolo, but you can't knock out my Ludicolo, which is the main issue. I don't know, I feel like I could have still won that. Realistically, I could have still won this. I don't know exactly what I can say about the next 3 turns because I don't know what the Tyranitar spread is. All I know is that the Hydro Pump miss just gave me 0 chance, but hey, it's Hydro Pump in the rain, so can't feel too bad about it. But like, I'm trying to figure out, okay, so Hydro Pump 9's on Gengar, it would knock out Gengar, Cortana gets Tailwind up. Was it worth going for my own Tailwind? The thing is, I didn't want to give Cortana a Beast Boost because of the fact if I give Cortana the Beast Boost, right? Let's say my opponent Leaf Blades the Pelipper if I want to try to attempt Tailwind there. If that does happen, Tyranitar comes in, Tapu Koko comes in, Sand goes up. I mean, I have speed advantage, but the problem is I don't have the accuracy advantage. So I'm not sure if that's exactly worth it to me, as well as the fact that, no, if my opponent went for a Leaf Blade and a Pelipper, right? Tyranitar comes, sets up the Sand, Tapu Koko comes out, there's Sand, so Ludicolo is no longer faster than the Cortana, and Cortana also has a Beast Boost, so that means it can knock out either one of my Pokemon guaranteed with a Leaf Blade. Then I have to fight through accuracy in the first place because I don't know if Tapu Koko is going to land its moves. So no matter what. Yeah, I don't know if I think that Protect was the play for me. I think having the Rain up just so I can maybe outspeed potentially or knock out the Tyranitar or just get the accuracy issue settled, because I feel like the accuracy thing was the main issue that I was having. Because Z-Detect Cortana. Ugh. Z-Detect. Also, yeah. Maybe I should have went for the Ice Beam and Cortana, but I think Hydro Pump actually does have a chance to knock out Cortana, depending on its spread, if it's not as bulky. And since it was Fightium Z, I'm guessing it was all out pummeling, so I'm not sure if it was exactly the bulkiest Cortana, so I felt like Hydro Pump was still an okay play there, but missing always was unfortunate. But yeah, I would have also had to call the Tailwind, but I wasn't sure my opponent had Tailwind because of the fact that I felt like if my opponent did have Tailwind, you could have went for it earlier in the game. At least, did my opponent have an opportunity earlier? I can't exactly remember because the battle's a little bit hazy right now. But we'll be right back with this 3rd game of today's episode. I think it's taking quite a while. Hopefully we can just bring the Beedrill, because I just want to bring the Beedrill. I just want to bring Beedrill and have it do some work. We'll be right back with the 3rd game. Or not really, because cut to it. Marchio, or how we pronounce it. Hard rain. Very hard rain. Oh boy. Guess who is bringing... I know Ludicolo is better. People, I know Ludicolo is better. But I'm bringing Beedrill. Although it really sucks against most of my opponent's team. I want to bring the Beedrill. And I will bring the Beedrill. You know what? I'm bringing the Beedrill. Do I even bring Coco? I think it's... Do I draw the line with Coco? I don't think Coco's that good here. Against Swampert and the Seismitoad. I mean, Specs Gleam is going to hurt a lot. But, like... this is the thing. If I lose Ludicolo early, this game's over. I think Bishop's actually more worth than having Tapu Koko. Let's see how this is going to go. Because Gleam is not really going to do much. If we match Tailwinds with Pelipper, really not going to help. I mean, yeah, I think overall it's just better to bring the Ludicolo lead. Pelipper Ludicolo with Bishop, because Bishop Sucker Punch can help a lot in this matchup, depending on the situation. Ludicolo is going to be the shine member here. Yeah, like Ludicolo is going to be the star member of how I play this game. So, Pelipper Thundurus. Not what I expected. Is it Zimu Thundurus? I can't afford to lose Ludicolo at all to my opponent's team, but it could be Electro Whip too. Although I think Ludicolo would be the Z move or Seismitoad. There's a lot of factors that could happen. I think I'm just going to fake out the Pelipper and attempt a Tailwind here. Maybe it's Sky Drop on the Thundurus? Oh boy. What if it is Sky Drop? Sky Drop could be really scary. Well, if it's Sky Drop, right? It Sky Drops my... What? If it's Sky Drop wouldn't be that scary, actually, now that I think about it, because I just target down the Pelipper with my Udder, hope I can knock it out. Sludge Bomb going to come out. That shouldn't knock out Ludicolo, I think. It does. Is that Life Orb or Specs? That's really bad, though. It is Life Orb, okay. I do get Tailwind up. So at least I have a speed advantage for now, but I don't exactly have the Pokemon advantage. Maybe Beedrill can knock out Thundurus with the Poison Jab. And maybe I can knock out my opponent's Pelipper with my Pelipper, since Hurricane does do a lot of damage. That's not what I was hoping for. Life Orb was something I was expecting on either the Ludicolo or the Seismitoad in the back. Like, I thought whatever wasn't going to be the Z move on my opponent's team, the Seismitoad or Ludicolo, one was going to have a Life Orb. So I'm just going to Hurricane the Pelipper, go for a Poison Jab into Thundurus. Let's see how this is going to work. Can the Mega Beedrill pull through? I mean, I feel like Thundurus Variant, I feel like I would just need like a little bit of chip damage for Poison Jab to knock out, so that Life Orb might actually work. We're going to see the Protect from the Thundurus. Let's see if Hurricane can knock out the Pelipper, because if it does, that's really good for me. Poison Jab into Protect. Hurricane, it is a really strong flying type attack. Pelipper doesn't have the best special defense in the world. It does knock out the Pelipper. Critical hit. Don't know if that mattered, but that's something we do need. So we are able to knock that Pokemon out. We'll see what my opponent brings out the next turn. If it's Swampert, I want a U-turn Scald, I think. Let's see what's coming out here. We know it's not Z-move on the Thunder, so I don't have to worry about Gigavolt Havoc to protect and nuking my Pelipper to its sash. Maybe I want to double up that slot? I don't know. Seismitoad gonna come out. Okay. I mean, I kind of just want to double up the Seismitoad, although Seismitoad does outspeed me. Do I just want to go for the Poison Jab and the Thundurus and hope? Seismitoad does outspeed. Because I'm worried about like Muddy Water combination, I guess. I think I'll Poison Jab Scald the Thundurus. Hope for a potential knockout that way. Beedrill will be able to 100% outspeed the Thundurus. I think Poison Jab should knock out. I'm just doubling up just in case. Oh, it doesn't actually knock out. Hydro Pump going to come out. Beedrill going to go down. But I am glad I doubled up the Thundurus. That's a shame. Poison Jab doesn't even knock out Thundurus Variant. It's not, Thundurus Variant isn't even that bulky of a Pokemon either. Scald's going to be able to finish off the Thundurus at least. So it's a 2v2 situation. But my opponents too are very scary. They are very scary, especially with this rain up. Especially if it's a Damp Rock Pelipper. A Bisharp will come out. And my opponent still has a potential Mega. It is going to be that Swampert. Yeah, this is going to be interesting how this situation is going to come out. I'm going to attempt to Scald the Swampert, I guess. And just protect Bisharp. Because I don't think I can let Bisharp go down. Try to put Swampert in range of a potential Sucker Punch from my Bisharp. So then I could maybe get a Scald off in the side, 2 Scalds in the Seismitoad. We'll find out here. This is really a tough position. Mega Swampert. Protect. Let's see here. Hydro Vortex. That's probably Acid Downpour. Out of all the things you could be, it's Acid Downpour. Oh boy. Is it a double up in the Pelipper? Does that mean I had to protect Pelipper and went for the Sucker Punch? Or I don't know what I could do, real. Swampert's slow, it looks like. It's bulky. I do get a burn, which is nice. Waterfall, targeting down my Bishop. Okay. I don't know, maybe there's still hope. Tailwind Peter's out, which is really bad. Maybe Sucker Punch crit knocks out Seismitoad. I really have no idea. How much of rain is there? Supposed to be left 1, right? Let's see. I'll protect Pelipper here. Swampert gonna protect, so it's worried about Sucker Punch. If I Sucker Punch Skull to Seismitoad and that would have won me the game, I'm gonna flip out. Sucker Punch gonna come out into Seismitoad. That does a lot. Hydro Pump. Wait, you have Sludge Bomb. Why didn't you go for it? Rain stops. Okay. Ooh. Swampert's burned. Scald Burn is coming in huge here because I can Sucker Punch the Seismitoad and get Tailwind up. Because I don't think... But then again, Scald into Swampert would be able to finish it off with the burn and I think another turn of Protect. Swampert goes for a double. What is this game? Like, I don't understand anything of what happened. I just get Scald off into Swampert. That's all I know. And the burn is able to finish it off, so that is game. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comment section down below. But all I know is we brought Beedrill to this last one, and it was, I guess, able to put in work. No Ludicolo from my opponent's side. We did get one hit into the Thunderous, which I guess was okay. Yeah, disappointing, I think, a way to go. I think, but then again, it's really hard to get Beedrill in the subs. I think we were lucky to get the games with Beedrill and it being able to do well. But hope everyone enjoyed today's episode of VGC 2018 Back Battles. If you did like it, please leave a like down below. Show support, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, as well as such as my social medias, the sizes of my channel. All that good stuff will be linked down below, as well as if you want to try out the team, try it down below. And if you want to check out previous episodes, if you missed them, you can check it out in the playlist, as well as check out my other social medias like my Twitch channel where I do live stream. Feel free to leave a comment down below as well, as I do read them. Otherwise, have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.